So I'm Montel from Triple M Enterprise, delighted to be joined by Awais Hussain. How are you doing, brother?
What's happening? No good, brother. Yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Now, before we get started, a massive thank you to Floorville for allowing us to actually film this here in their space. So if you need anything carpet needs, this is your place to come.
100%.
But let's get into this interview. So what I want to talk about is Awais, the person. Like, how would you describe yourself to someone that doesn't necessarily know you?
Bro, I'll just say that, I'm a down-to-earth, charismatic, confident guy, I've been boxing for about 10 years now. So I started when I was 12 years old, and even how I got into that was mad. Ended up watching a Creed film and was in the gym the next day, the following weekend, and been in there since, bro. Yeah, I swear, yeah, it's mad.
Wow, so what was your inspiration, obviously, from the Creed film? There's a loads of different quotes or moments from that film itself,
Yeah.
What really stood out to you that made you think, I'm gonna go and try this?
Bro, you know what it is? I think it's just the whole aspect, not to sound like corny or nothing, but I think, like, for me, being 12 years old, watching that, like, the whole thing about believing in yourself, like, if you just really believe in yourself, have the right people around you, like, you can go ahead and pretty much do anything you want. And I think, like, the glory aspect of boxing as well, like, winning a fight, like, the highest of highs in boxing, I don't think you can ever match it. So like, that glory aspect I really love, especially after like a whole hard camp and everything. It was just, I think, the glory aspect and believing in yourself. Yeah, as corny as it sounds, but
no, it's not corny at all. I think it's real life, and
yeah.
it's something that you can actually take from that movie. But what was you doing before the Creed stuff? Was you into sports in general, or was you not really a sports person?
I just remember I was kicking about playing football.
Okay.
That's it. Just like your standard like 12-year-old. But I was into combat sports as well, to be fair. I was doing karate and football at the same time, before that. And then boxing, I got the boxing bug in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so what was it like actually doing those two different sports, because they are completely different, football and obviously karate?
I think one thing I can definitely say, even when I was doing that, I was always obsessed. Like, I've always had this like obsession about just being the best. So I think that's something that even when I was really young, I've always had that whatever I do, I just want to make sure I do it at the best I can. Do you know what I mean? So with karate, I would be studying, watching all these like Bruce Lee and stuff like that. And then when it comes to football, my guy, like all my people watching this now would know that my guy back in the day was Alexis Sanchez when he was at Arsenal. Okay. That guy was a different baller. Yeah. But like me, I used to study him, watch the little moves he would do, try and implement it in PE or something, or 3G. Do you know what I mean? And then when boxing hit, like, I remember, I started off so the Creed, it was the hook, and then I got into watching my Muhammad Ali and stuff. And it's kind of funny because I was always short, so I would be in the gym boxing Muhammad Ali on my toes and everything, against mans that were way bigger than me. And my coach used to say to me, "What are you doing? Why are you trying to box Muhammad Ali? Like, I've got to be more like a Tyson. I've got to sit my way in and work my way in and stuff." So it's mad, that I think about it, but it looks like my early influences when I was younger.
So what was the transition like, obviously getting into the boxing? Did you really study the game? Obviously you mentioned Muhammad Ali, but did you look at anyone else that you took from inspiration wise?
At first it was Muhammad Ali, and then I remember then I saw Leonard versus Duran, the first one. I think I was 12. I was just turned 13, so I started boxing January 2016, and then just before, I turned 13 in May. So just before I turned 13, I remember I started seeing Sugar Ray Leonard, and I saw him and I said, well, everyone says I can't be the short guy on my toes, but this guy was out here boxing everyone. So took bits from him, then I took bits from Pretty Boy Floyd as well, and then from there, bro, I just fell into everyone, the old school fighters like Ezra Charles and stuff like that, and Joe Louis, Floyd Patterson, and then it went into a new school. And I think the guys that were fighting at the time, I think Amir Khan fought Canelo 2016 May, wasn't it? So watching Amir Khan, then watching bits of Canelo, then just proper, just became a boxing nerd. Every day I'll be home watching boxing.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, really embrace the sport. So what was it like, obviously, in the amateur scene for you, when you first started out? What were those camps like for you when you was really embracing that moment? Yeah,
I mean, 6 months after I started boxing, I did something called Surrey Youth Games, which was basically it was a glorified skills bout. So I remember that day I boxed 2 or 3 times in that day, and I remember my mom told me this way after. I think she told me this about a year, 2 years ago, but she said that my old amateur coach Dave Oliver, shout out to Welcome Boxing Club, they told my mom that you should keep him in boxing because he has something, he's good. And then from then on, the camps, it was just, it was a blur, bro. I mean, like, I remember Monday, Wednesday, Friday just turning up training, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday doing my runs. Yeah, or like doing pads in the gym or something, like from like 12 years old till pretty much now, like just obsessed. Like camps, obviously you're introduced with new things, like now that with my coach Steve as well, like we're picking up and learning a lot of new things, especially in the pros, you know. So the amateur camps was just fun. That's all I can say. That's how it is now, fun.
So what traits did you actually pull from boxing itself that you could apply to everyday life?
Bro, when I picked up boxing, I remember my mum and dad, they saw the impact it had on me in school, and they said, wow, like they saw all my grades go up, they saw me behaving well in school, everything, and they saw that I was obviously more confident as well, and I was more like stand up as a kid as well. So the traits I got, bro, was probably hard work. Nothing beats hard work. Confidence. You know, you cannot replace your confidence for anything. And I think the focus. I was always focused from young. I was never really going out. Like my mom and dad used to never let me go out. Like honestly, like even like when I met my coach Steve, I said to him, I'm gonna come to you when I get older, because at that time I wasn't allowed to even get the train to London or nothing. Yeah. I was about 15. I remember my dad drove me down. I said to him, man, I like you, man. When I get older, I'm gonna come to you. Probably just brushed it off, but I remember like after I left college, then I just started taking the train to London, and just rest is history, man. It's mad.
Yeah, and also your 3 fights in, all 3 wins. What was it like when you first walked out there as a professional and thought, this is my time now?
Bro, it was mad. I remember Boxing Dean show, and probably had about close to 200 people turn up for the debut, and it just, everything went like slow motion. It was all in slow motion. Like I just felt like it was just my time. I was just in the moment and soaked up all the love. It was like a big roar, like roar to think where like I felt like the floor was like vibrating and stuff. You know what I mean? But it was good. It was good to kind of be like at the center of everyone's attention at that time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And when you won, what was that experience like? How did it sink in straight away, or was it like delayed?
It was weird because I remember, like I fought, and then we got hosted afterwards, and then I got home, and I was watching my fight on my phone, and then I got into I had a hot bath because my body was aching, and I think then it really sunk in, like wow, like I'm a pro now. Like I was just watching my fight back, and I was like wow, like smaller gloves, no vest. You know what I mean? Then it's not 3 minute freeze anymore. It's like 4 freeze. So yeah, I think that's when it hit me. Like, man, like it's good.
Yeah. And then obviously the second fight, like, talk me through that experience as well. What was that like?
Yeah, bro, going out to Bangladesh for my second fight as a co-main event in a country where I went in with a lot of expectation, and you know, alhamdulillah, we was able to deliver. Surreal. I think definitely puts me up like above a lot of prospects in terms of the experience I took from that. Pressure, unknown territory, dealing with like stuff like climate change, and having my body adapt to that and performing the way I did in that environment. I mean, crazy, like a movie, honestly.
So did you train here for that and then fly out there, or was you train there as well?
So I'd say like, let's say camp officially like got started, because I'm always in the gym training, but camp officially started at the end of Ramadan. So about like, let's say, I think it was end of March, start of April, like that. And then that lasted for about 3 to 4 weeks, up until May. And then we flew out about, I think, first week of May. So I believe it was like December or 9th of May. And then had 2 weeks to acclimate in Bangladesh. So sparring all their top boys, getting to work in that TKO boxing club out in Dhaka. Yeah, it was crazy. It was something that I hadn't experienced before, but definitely something that I think has made me like level up tenfold as a fighter. Yeah,
and then you got the win for that as well, and obviously your most recent win, like that was back here again.
Yeah, back here.
What was that like?
Yeah, it was good, man. It was like, I feel like I definitely took a lot from my trip out in Bangladesh. Even though I was there for about 2 weeks, the fact that it was such a unique experience, I think that it didn't feel like I was there for 2 weeks. It felt like I was there for like a month. Do you know what I mean? So, like, just took it with me took it back here with me. Got the win on in July, and then I've been in the gym since. Well,
one of the toughest things, obviously, like you mentioned, obviously it was after Ramadan. Like, what's
Yeah.
it like when you have to fast and obviously still keep up with training, that sort of thing? How was that adjustment for you?
I'll be honest with you, it's pretty much second nature now. I've been doing it since the amateurs, and if anything, now it's probably a lot more easier because when I was an amateur, I was still competing in the ABAs. So like I would have the whole month training. So I would train right after I break my fast. So like I'll go to the gym with like 1 or 2 dates, a big bottle of water, maybe a smoothie or something, kind of get that down me, and then I'll spar like 6-7 rounds. And amateurs is high pace, especially for my weight, it's high pace. So I mean, it had this thing, it was good. But now I was able to really focus on my religion, and for me, my religion is like center point. It's something that grounds me as an athlete, but as a man as well. Do you know what I mean? So I was able to really focus on my deen, but then also have like the enough time I needed, because now I'm boxing full time as well. I had the time needed where I can just fully train as well. Do you know what I mean? So it was good.
You actually touched on something that makes a lot of sense that I want to actually discuss as well. Is like, what's it like when you're training part-time and also have a job part-time? You're not fully immersed in it. What's that experience like?
Bro, you know what? I was actually fortunate, man, because even my apprenticeship was very flexible. So it was like I would do like a couple hours and I'll be in the gym the whole day. So even then, it still felt like I was full-time. But the difference being was now I can get more hours in rest. I could kind of sleep in a bit, do you know what I mean? I think the difference is, it's at the 1%, you know. It's more time dedicated to my craft. This is my job. I changed my mentality as well. You know, I take this way more seriously now as well, do you know what I mean?
How important is recovery?
Everything. Everyone that knows me knows that my recovery is, shout out my sponsor, Cupping Zone. I'm there every week. You see my stories. Making sure that at the end of the day, your health is your wealth. And touching on how we said that this is my job. I want to make sure that my body is right every session. You know, sometimes if I feel like I'm overdoing it, sometimes I got a fantastic coach that can pull the reins on me and tell me that you need to relax. And then that's where I got my guy Cuppington as well, who's I've been going to him about 4 years now. So he knows my body very well in terms of kind of like maybe I might have a little niggle in my shoulder, tight calves, stuff like that from running. So but I think recovery is everything, and I think as a young athlete, for me to have like the conscience I have of my recovery now, I think it's gonna again help me further down the line, allow me to have a longer career, you know what I mean, and stay healthy. Yeah,
a lot of longevity in the sport 100%. To come. And now obviously you're fighting next week on a big card. Winner stays on. So talk to me about how that even came about. Yeah, and I shout out my management team, Anis Taj and Rock Boxing. They just got me a slot on the TN14 show, and I've seen their shows before as well. I think they had a couple of shows in September, had one in July as well, and the production of the shows was top. So it's like the iconic Your Call as well. So I'm ready to go in there, put an extraordinary performance on, and make a statement in this fight. Yeah, so obviously that's TM14 Nielsen Boxing Show. That's going to be an amazing show. 100%. Talk to me about like what your plans are of preparation for this show. Is there anything different that you've done this camp to the last couple camps? I think like as a young pro, your camps are getting better every time. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting more. I'm learning every day. Like again, I reiterate all the time. Like this is what I do. I'm in the gym year round. It's been like that since an amateur. So from my last fight to this fight, I'm looking to like implement and show a lot of improvements I've made, because I've just stayed in the gym from July till about October now. November. So I'm looking to show the improvements I've made. Just each camp gets better and better. And obviously as the shows get bigger, naturally the expectation, the pressure gets bigger. Like, how do you deal with that side, the mental side of it for you? It's a privilege, man, because like it shows that people expect great things from me. I'd much rather have that than have no pressure at all. Do you know what I mean? I take it on my stride. It's a blessing. And one thing you're very active on social media, which is good. And I think I've had this topic many a times with different people, but like, how important is the marketing aspect to you about boxing in general? 100%, because I think it's everything really, because again, times have changed. We have the narrative. Us as fighters, we can shape and build our own narrative and build ourselves as stars. We don't really need to rely on like a promoter, let's say, or a manager, or whatever it might be. Social media gives us the voice. We can paint our narratives, kind of show how we want to be portrayed.
So I think it's everything, man. I think it's just times have changed. Like you look back at maybe 10, 15, even 10 years. 10 years ago now was what, 2015. Even look at how like TikTok's come about, and like now you got AI as well. You can always use stuff like that to your advantage. So yeah, I think it's everything. It's the most important thing. And now it's, you can't just be a fighter. You have to be a brand, a personality. Do you know what I mean?
How do you find that balance for yourself?
Again, I think because I'm a confident guy, it's nothing too difficult. It's just, with me, I don't really have a filter. You know what I mean? I just be real. I be myself. People, alhamdulillah, so far people love it. So I just continue to be true to myself. Nothing bad at all.
And you also have a lot of support from the heritage side of things as well. Like, how important 100%. Is that for you to represent that?
Yeah, man. Times? I think it's very important because, again, I wanna be an example to people that say that, oh look, he looks like me, he's from the same background as me. If he can do it, then I can do it. Because me looking at people like Amir Khan, like Hamza Shiraz, and all the top Pakistani boxers today, that's how I feel. Do you know what I mean? So I want to leave that for the next generation. And with me, I think I bring a different perspective. I'm a short guy, I'm very confident, charismatic, but I'm a short guy. And I feel like when people look at me, they wouldn't really say, oh, he's a fighter. But when they see me fight, when they see me perform, I think that's what gets people falling in love with me, because it's like the unexpected. It's my USP. So for any other short people out there or anything like that, whether you're Pakistani or any other ethnicity, like, just be confident, be sure of yourself. You know what I mean?
And the one thing I love is you've actually created this group chat to kind of keep everyone in the community. Like, what actually spurred those ideas to kind of keep everyone centered together?
Bro, I think again, talk about the use of social media. I think 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people wouldn't have used like apps or wouldn't have had stuff like this at their disposal, whereas we do. So it just made sense, instead of me messaging or hammering everyone one-on-one, I can just put one message out to about 600 people or so. Do you know what I mean? So it's good.
Yeah, and I don't want to look past your next fight, but like, what are the plans for you future-wise? How far do you see yourself going?
Obviously, I believe in myself all the way, but honestly, my pure focus is on next week. I'm ready to put on a performance, inshallah, and a statement performance.
And what's it like actually from a ticket perspective as well? Because I understand that a lot of fighters come off on ticket deals and stuff like that. Like, how do you find that sort of things from the political side of boxing? Like, how is that for you as a fighter?
I mean, I think from the bottom to all the way to the top, this is something that matters all across the board. Whether you're the top guy or like the top of the top, or starting off on the small halls, I think if you can't sell, then it's going to be difficult. I mean, boxing again is a business. Pro boxing is very much a business, and you have to sell. So to answer your question, I just think it's part and parcel. Comes with the territory.
And do you have a message to people that are going to be supporting you next week on November the 15th?
Look in the camera. I just want to thank everyone for the support. I appreciate all the love. It does not go unnoticed, and inshallah, to everyone turning up and to everyone tuning in, it's going to be a good one, inshallah. Another big performance coming, inshallah.
And what we'd look to do is catch up obviously after the event. We'll try and schedule it in and hopefully stick to the timing.
Nah, for sure, man. Like, listen, you guys don't even know the madnesses we lot went through, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you.
I really appreciate you, man.
And I just want to give again, he touched on it earlier, I just want to give Floorville, one of my main sponsors, a big shout out for hosting us here in the beautiful office. So yeah,
really appreciate it.
Shout out to Floorville.
No worries. And yeah, we'll catch up again after the fight, so good luck again, man.